Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jen and you're hanging out with me on Life with Jen. In today's video, we're gonna be making chocolate chip sourdough bread. I'm so excited about this. I love sourdough bread. I have just recently finally figured it out, so I wanted to share that excitement with you guys. I love sourdough bread, it's amazing. So what you're gonna need, if you're baking along, you don't have to, or you can just watch. This one is nice and strong. So you need sourdough starter that is fed, that's risen. I fed this at like 7:30ish this morning. Bread flour. I like the King Arthur brand, but you can use whatever bread flour you have. I also have Pillsbury. Big bowl for mixing. I'm doing a double batch today. You will need a scale for this recipe. I don't know the exact measurements in cups. You can make sourdough bread with cups. You don't have to use a scale. You get more accurate measurements when you use a scale, and I'm doing everything in grams, but you don't have to. I do have a bread whisk. You do not need this. You can mix it with your hand. You can mix it with a wooden spoon or a metal spoon, whatever. You don't need this. I just ordered a sourdough kit off Amazon like 2 years ago. So this came with the kit. And I do have a 1 cup, kind of dirty. I'm gonna wash that out. Okay, so starting out, I'm gonna turn on my scale. I'm gonna switch it to grams. And I'm going to push it to 0 it out. And then I'm gonna add my bowl on top. Now the bowl is on here. We're going to 0 out the scale. I am doubling it. So usually I do 100 grams of starter. So for this recipe, I'm doing 200 grams. So we're gonna watch that and make it go to 200 grams. 202, okay, that'll be fine for right now. 0 out the scale again. And I'm gonna need 750 grams of water. So this is warm, not super warm. Okay, a little more, but that's fine. And we're gonna whisk it together just until it dissolves. And then we're gonna do 1,000 grams of flour. We are going to mix this. Oh, careful. So you're just going to keep mixing it until it comes together. It's just going to be a shaggy dough right now. So you just want to get all of the flour incorporated so there's no dry spots. You can also use your hands if you want. I've done that before. It's just a pain to clean your hands and stuff because you can't put this sourdough, it can't go in the sink. If you have a bench scraper, this is a little kid scraper from a cooking utensil kit that my daughter got from my mom for Christmas. So I'm just gonna use that. And then you can just scrape the edges of the bowl, kind of get everything off and into it. Now this bowl came with lids, so I'm gonna cover this bowl with the lid. We're gonna wait 1 hour. And I'm gonna come back and we're gonna start the stretch and fold. So I'm ready to do the last set of stretch and folds, and this is where I'm going to add in chocolate chips. I have mini semi-sweet chocolate chips. So our last set of stretch and folds. So stretch and fold. I'm gonna add a little more after each.
I was gonna pet it.
She probably doesn't want to be bothered.
Paper.
Yeah, Josh. Thing that we have to do is we just sit. We let it wait. So with yeast bread, you let the bread rise for an hour to 2 hours until it doubles in size with yeast, right? Well, with sourdough, you have to let this double in size, but it could take anywhere from 4 to 8 hours sitting out on the counter. And the signs that you know it's ready, or you can bake it right away, or you can stick it in the fridge, I'll probably stick it in the fridge, is when it's very jiggly, it's gonna have air bubbles, and it pulls away from the side of the dish fairly easily, and it's not sticky. If you put your hand on it and you lift it up and your hand is covered in like the sourdough stickies, let me just show you. Like that, it's obviously, it's not ready. We're gonna come back, I'm gonna show you what it looks like in a few hours, and then we're gonna come back at 6 o'clock in the evening, and we're gonna do a little jiggle test and a tappy test to see what it looks like and if I can go ahead and shape it, and then I'll show you my process for shaping. And this will be 2 loaves, so I'm going to split it into 2, shape it, and then I'll show you what I use for my banneton. I do have a banneton, I only have one, so I'll show you other things that you can use if you don't have a banneton, and how you can store your bread, store the dough in the fridge to do that cold proof overnight, and then tomorrow morning we're going to bake the bread. So we'll be back at 6 o'clock. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna lightly flour your surface. This is gonna be 2 loaves, so I'm just gonna go through the process of what this looks like when I shape it. My loaf, I would say, is probably a slightly higher hydration than my loaf last week, because my starter was a little more wet, and when I was doing the stretch and folds, it was a little more loose and stretchy, which is okay. So that's why the bulk fermentation, it's 4:41 right now, so it's not even 7 o'clock, which I thought it would last till 7, but it's not. If you have inclusions, sometimes it makes the dough a little more relaxed. So I'm just going to eyeball this. My first time doing inclusions. A little flour to my hands. And this is the first shape. When this rests, kind of just push and pull. And as I work with it, it's sticking less to my hands. Let that sit. So I'm gonna let these sit for about 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna reshape them, put them in the bannetons, stick them in the fridge. So I'm gonna reshape these. It's 5:10, it's been 30 minutes. I'm gonna reshape these and then get them in the bannetons, and I'm gonna show you what you can use if you don't have a banneton. So actually I need to get those ready first. Let's do that. So right here I have a banneton. I don't have the insert. I lost the insert, and then I just have a bowl. So you're gonna take clean any kind of towels, lay it in there. You want to generously dust flour on the inside. Okay, same thing with this one. This one is a little deeper, so I'm gonna go ahead and just push that down. Generously dust. So when I'm done shaping, I will just plop them in the baskets and it'll be good to go. Plop this seam side up. Seam side up just means the bottom. You're gonna roll it, push up, and pull down. In this case, it's not just now, but it's also bottom. So good. Okay. That's what really nicely. Right. Now I'm going to sprinkle some flour on top, and then we are going to pop these in bags and put them in the fridge. Just put your bowls in a bag, in a Walmart bag, and then you tie it. So I'm gonna put these in the fridge overnight. It's 5:21 right now. These are gonna be in the fridge for about 14, almost 16 hours, which will totally be fine. It's gonna give it more flavor, let the gluten develop more. It'll be just fine in the fridge for that long. You can go up to 24 hours. I've never done 24 hours. 16 is actually gonna be the longest. So this is gonna be the longest stretch this sourdough has been in the fridge. So we'll see how it turns out tomorrow morning. Hopefully I will be up and ready to put them in the oven by 7 o'clock in the morning. So we will be back then, and I'll show you the process of what you do when you are baking your loaves. (7:33) the next morning. I have my oven preheating at 450 degrees, and I'm about to put this bread dome thing in. It's not a Dutch oven, but it's just flat, and the lid goes on top. My sister-in-law gave me this, so this is what I use for my bread now to bake it, because you do need your sourdough in something like a dome type thing that is covered. If you don't have a Dutch oven or anything like this, you can just use a oven safe pot, like a big pot for soups and stuff. And then I put I don't know where my I have a flat cast iron. I put that on top of the pot. So really anything that you can do, a pot and then a cookie sheet on top, anything that's just gonna surround the bread for the whole time that it's baking. So you're gonna set your oven to 450 degrees. Your Dutch oven or whatever needs to go in the oven also to preheat. I will be doing one loaf at a time. So I'm gonna do Stephanie's loaf first and let my loaf sit in the fridge for a little bit longer. It should be fine. It should not overproof. I haven't even checked them, so let's check them real quick, and then I'm gonna have to charge a battery. So it has risen again in the fridge, which is good. So yeah, it should be good to go. I'm gonna turn the oven down to 425, take the lid off, and finish baking the loaf. We're gonna start with 15 minutes and see what that does. We're gonna try it. You ready?
Yeah.
Chocolate chip. That's good. I'm gonna stick mine in the toaster because I love fresh, crunchy sourdough. Okay, mine just popped out of the toaster and I put some butter on it.
It's so hot. Okay.
No, look, this is good, perfect.
The
So,
better question is it good?
this,
Obviously.
is it good?
Yeah.
Shout out to our friend Adi in Nigeria because he told my husband Jake, he said, Jen needs to do more videos. And then he said, if she bakes, she should just record it and bake. And I was like, that's such a good idea. So shout out to Adi because you saying that, I was like, okay, fine, I'll record. So, hi Adi. Josh, say hi.
Hi.
Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video.
Subscribe.
Bye. Yeah, subscribe.